Okay, Pete Hegseth had a prayer service at the Pentagon, which is super cool. The fact that we are returning faith back in the Pentagon, and this is fundamentally important for every aspect of our nation, because if there is no God, there are no God-given rights, and then the role of government isn't even to protect those rights. So then what are we doing with government? The very notion of America is understanding there's a God, but especially with our military. We can go through what would seem like countless examples of faith inside of our military. We've highlighted things like during World War II, when D-Day is happening, FDR actually introduces the D-Day invasion to the American people by leading them in a 6.5-minute prayer where he's describing what's going on and saying, God, help us in this moment. You have very famous moments like General Patton at the Battle of the Bulge, when the weather is terrible. He issues 250,000 prayer cards to the Third Army. They pray a prayer, the weather changes, they win the Battle of the Bulge. Faith is long been a part of our military, and go all the way back to the American Revolution, the beginning of our nation. George Washington had general orders where he was telling officers, you need to go to church. Set the right example. Encourage all of your men to go to church. They were setting aside Sabbath days. He's asking for more chaplains to be in the military. This is during the American Revolution. Washington is still placing a highlight the importance of faith in our nation. And the idea when Pete Hegseth says that we're going to appeal to God, appeal to Jesus, appeal to heaven, that notion of appealing to heaven actually goes back to the American Revolution. There's a very famous flag, the Appeal to Heaven flag. And also worth noting that that was something that arguably was taken from maybe John Locke's 2 treatises of government, but there were early pastors that talked about we need to appeal to heaven for the rectitude of all these injustices that have come against us. So for Pete Hegseth to now be attacked for inviting God to be part of what our military is doing, you would really have to go back and criticize nearly every single political and military leader in our nation's history, starting with George Washington. We've always understood that there is a God. We want God to be a part of what we're doing, and we want to be part of what God's doing. We're going to make sure we include God in this equation, and I'm excited. We're finally doing that back in the military.